All right, so we are at the last section of our OLIPOP design tutorial, and this section is a footer with a bunch of links, and it's pretty interesting, and I knew this one was going to be a little challenge to design, as they all have been, to be honest. So you'll see we've got this cool wave down at the bottom, a nice solid green background, 4-column text, things that piece of cake I could do that in my sleep. But then we have this interesting section over on the right where you can input your email address into this field and then click the subscribe button. We have clickable social media links, all of that. So some things are going to challenge me. So let's just see what I came up with. It's not the exact same, but it is pretty close. It gets the whole idea across. I did put in a mighty transition using the wave, and then of course I adjusted the settings just to make this a flatter wave to align with the brand. Then I colored everything green in the background, and then I used the 4-column text to create those 4 columns of the links. And all of these are hyperlinks, so they do work and send you to other pages on the website. There's one cool thing about this. When you hover over these links, they turn yellow. And since I don't have the theme color set to yellow or anything, there's no kind of hovering animation going on here. So I wanted to get some yellow in here. And so I just put those on the titles up at the top. So in the website, these are white, and I think that looks great too. But I just wanted to give a nod to that yellow color and make this feel a little bit more branded and tied in with the subscribe button. So that's what I did there. I wanted these columns to be more condensed, like they are on the website, so I could put all the extra information over on the right side. But that just wasn't gonna be possible, especially or even so when I clicked on that small column spacing, it didn't condense in as much as I wanted. So I figured it would be totally fine to put all that information right below those columns. So I did get the subscribe button in here, and it does link to a subscription page where you can input your information. So I can check that off and feel okay about that. But the thing that I really want to show you guys how to do is add in these text icons. They are really fun and cool. So they're not images, which is I think the most exciting part and makes this so much of an easier process. So to do this, I'm just going to add in a text block, paragraph, and type, let's say I want to do the TikTok. So I type TikTok in, I center this text, I'm going to enlarge it just a bit to make it easier to see. Then I'm going to select this text and just highlight it. Then I go to a website called Font Awesome, and this is where I can search for my icon. So I just go in the search bar, and you can basically search for anything you want. But since I wanted that TikTok, I'll just type in TikTok, and conveniently they have one right here for me, and it happens to be free. So I go up here and I copy this Unicode, and if I just click on it, it instantly copies. I can go back to my course, and this is where it gets a little intimidating. I go into the RTE and I click Code Editor. So I'm not a developer, I'm a designer. So doing things like this is a little scary, but it's always fun to try something new. And it helps my workflow so much to do this rather than using images for icons and stuff like I probably would have before. And so I can just highlight this TikTok text in the code, and then I put in 3 different characters. So ampersand, the pound, and a capital X, and then I just paste that Unicode in. And then, so you've got that going on, but I need to do one more thing. I can select this, and you see it's reading teacher font. Teacher font doesn't have any kind of icons in it, but Font Awesome does. So Font Awesome is a font that you can get from that Font Awesome website, upload it to your Rise fonts how you would with any other font, and then it just applies. So you can also edit this however you want. So since the course uses that green background with the white, I can also change the size. Clearly, I can change the formatting and put all these different links in a line together. I can just have a good time and format this however I like. So that is one cool tip about how you can add in some icons. I do want to show you, it doesn't have to be social media. You can use anything. So let's say I needed a checklist. Let me type that in and see all my options. So they have pro ones. These are paid ones. The ones that don't say pro are free. So have fun with this. This one is probably the best. I saved the best for last, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a really cool one. So enjoy.